So, deflation, what is happening? Should you sell your huge pets? Do you buy things right now? What is going on right now? So, as you guys already know, I live religiously in the trade hub, and if you didn't know, Tuesday at 12 in the morning, so I mean technically Monday at 12 in the morning, aka early Tuesday morning, Wrap recently was re-added. If you were a part of the whole entire bandwave thing that was happening on Monday, you'll know that the entire Wrap was paused for 24 hours. So everybody kind of indicated, like, what does this mean? Do I panic sell? What do I do? What is happening? What's going on? Do I do things? Do I sell? Do I throw my pet out the window? Now, there was some bad news on this, okay? Hear me out. So, this means that everything in the game right now has lost a little bit of evaluation. This huge Happy computer was at the highest, near almost 46 million, and people selling it for around 47 to 49 million gems. Now it's basically almost lost 10 million value, if you were selling it for that high at least. And quite recently, all day today, I have been seeing people sell it for even under Wrap. 36 million, 35 million, with an occasional amount of people selling it for a little over. Now, what does this exactly mean, and where is this coming from? People were kind of talking about an influencer kind of actually making the deflation happen, and I don't believe this to be true. It's a little bit negative on my end because I don't want to say who's causing this quote-unquote rumor and say that they are the cause of the root of deflation, because I don't believe it to be so. Normally during the midweek or mid-update, or even better yet, when the Wrap usually gets paused like this, a natural deflation happens because normally people freak out over this. Now, if you don't know already, I usually tell everybody these things are very temporary. Granted, this is a fantastic way to buy huges, though selling a bunch of huges for under Wrap is going to be very chaotic and very self-destructive towards the economy of the game. So, does this mean that you should sell your huge pets because that means everybody else is selling it? Would you follow your friend and jump off a bridge? That is basically what the saying is. Would you follow everybody else if they were doing the same? So let's talk about the competition that I have been seeing around booths, okay? So let's say I sell a huge Happy computer exactly for Wrap, right? Now that is 37,300,000. The next one next to me is selling it for under Wrap because they want to sell it really quick. Who's going to buy which huge first? Obviously, they're going to buy the cheaper one. That means I'm going to be stuck with this here because somebody else might come into the booth area and actually list theirs for even cheaper than mine. This means if enough people actually do that, let's say 100 people do it and they sell it for under Wrap, say 36 million. That means in 4 hours, this is going to update to 36 million. So the more people that actually sell these for cheaper, the worse the deflation is going to get, aka panic selling. I don't believe panic selling should be a thing. I don't think anybody should be afraid to sell their huges, even if it's at Wrap or a little over Wrap. Obviously, if people start selling these again, then your inflation's going to kick in again naturally. No, this does not mean you should list every single huge pet that you have 10 million over gems. That's just going to cause people to be angry. Granted, the huge pets that normally don't get too affected by this are the ones that are golden, rainbow, and your shiny pets. These are ones that normally don't get affected too much because of how little there are in the game, especially your shiny and your rainbow pets. I would exclude the huge Happy computer though, because there's like 32,000 of these and that's a lot for a shiny or even a rainbow pet. So I would exclude those, but they still maintain a valuation of how much it's worth right now. The funny thing is, I'm only noticing the huge Happy computer and the huge Happy Rock and the huge Hell Rock being affected by this, with an occasional few pets that were affected by the Wrap manipulation, so those are organically going back down and they are neutralizing to a normal Wrap area. Though I feel like people might be misinterpreting, hey, this was manipulated, so it's going down in value. I think they might be confusing that with a deflation. These don't get affected by it like the way that people think it does, so I wouldn't worry about that. The ones that people really want to look out for, especially if they have a bunch of them, are the huge Happy Rock the huge Hell Rock, and the huge Happy Computer, and your other lower end huges like the Jolly Narwhal, your Jolly Penguin, your Pterodactyl, and your huge Goblin, and any other pets that are your lower end huges that are under 50 million gems. The best way I can really describe this is if you feel like deflation is happening, try putting up a huge, and only do this if you have a abundant amount of them. Put a huge up for sale. You could sell it at your own discretion, whether it is exact at wrap, a little over wrap, but don't sell it for under wrap. I want you to time it. Time how long it takes to sell. If it takes more than 20, 15 minutes to sell, that means people are a little scared to buy huge pets, and they might be waiting for the lowest point of deflation in order to buy. Now, this is where I would suggest maybe not really selling too many things, especially huges or even exclusive pets. I would wait, straight up wait. During this time, I don't really necessarily sell huges. This is where I actually go out and buy huges. So this is where I just kind of wait. I'm gonna wait just a little bit, but not too long. I want to wait until I can afford a huge that's maybe like, I don't know, 35 million. And then when inflation hits again, that's at least a 10 to 50 million gem profit, depending on which huge you're actually buying. So this is a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because obviously this is not caused by any type of influencer. This is not caused by a person saying that deflation is happening. This is happening because of the wrap situation. It was paused. There's a bunch of influencers and there's a bunch of other people talking and asking, when is deflation happening? It's happening now. So I'm gonna squash that right in the little foot. So there's a lot of people that actually just say deflation is always happening, and this is in the Big Games Discord server. People always talk about it. Inflation's happening right now. Sell your huges, do it right now. And this kicks in a natural cause of cause and effect. So if you guys don't know what that means if there's a cause, that means there's going to be an effect to it. So let's say I decide to panic sell. That's going to cause other people to assume that panic selling is a thing and false information. So don't always trust people when it comes to this type of stuff. You would need to trust a very reliable source and actually just maybe go with your gut when it comes to buying and selling things. When it comes to the trade plaza, these things are always interchanging to the point where it's almost hard to keep up with what's going on. And unless you are very dedicated to the marketplace and you are dedicated to valuation and everything, then yes, you're gonna have to trust somebody that you think you can trust. And even then, it's almost hard to trust that person because you're asking them, well, how do you know? How do you know? How do you know if deflation is happening? Everything that you see in here is going to be a temporary thing. Even if deflation does happen, it doesn't really happen for that long. And if it does happen this week today, and if it happens to get worse, just hold on to your stuff. Don't freak out and don't sell. Just hold on to your stuff and just wait. I wouldn't panic sell. It's not necessary. So if you guys have any tips, comments, concerns down here in this video, let me know down below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about this and where do you think this is actually stemming from? Because again, deflation normally happens because somebody is talking about it. Either a group of people are saying that there's deflation to panic sell, or it's just naturally happening. Until then, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!